The honourable member for Scarborough Rouge River.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Congratulations to you on your election to that chair. It's a big responsibility and a high honour. Mr. Speaker, I would like to make note that I will be sharing my time with the member for York South-Weston. What an honour and a privilege it is for me to rise in this House for the very first time on behalf of the people of Scarborough Rouge River.
Hear, hear.
Above all, today, I want to take this opportunity to thank my constituents for the confidence and trust that they have placed in me to represent and advocate on their behalf. I will fight for their priorities every single day. I also want to acknowledge the previous member for Scarborough Rouge River, Mr. Derek Lee, for his 23 years of service to Scarborough Rouge River. We do have different ideas about the country we want to build, but we share our love for community and a commitment to public service. Et par le fait même, je voudrais aussi féliciter tous mes collègues du Québec et de partout au Canada pour leur succès obtenu lors de l'élection de 2 mai dernier. Je sais que notre équipe fera tout en son pouvoir pour défendre vos intérêts face aux politiques de ce gouvernement conservateur. அடுத்து கனேடிய பாராளுமன்றத்தின் முதலாவது தமிழ் உறுப்பினர் என்ற வகையிலே இந்த மதிப்புக்குரிய அவையிலே எனது தாய்மொழியில் பேச முடிவதையிட்டு ஒருங்கே பெருமையாகவும் எளிமையாகவும் உணர்கிறேன். தமிழர்களாகிய நாம் பெரும்பாலும் ஒடுக்குமுறைகளிலிருந்தும் போர்ச்சூழலிலிருந்தும் தப்பித்தே கனடாக்கு வந்திருக்கிறோம். கனடா எங்களை இரு கரம் கொண்டு அரவணைத்தது. நாமும் இந்த பெருநாட்டின் பொருளாதார வளர்ச்சிக்கும் பண்பாட்டு வளத்திற்கும் முனைப்போடு பங்களித்து வருகிறோம். இன்று இந்த அவையிலே தமிழ் பேசப்பட்டதை, இந்த மைல்கல் எம்மால் எட்டப்பட்டதை அறிந்து ஸ்கார்பரோ ரூஜ் ரிவரிலும் டொரண்டோ பெரும்பாகத்திலும் ஏன் உலகெங்குமே பறந்து வாழும் புலம்பெயர் தமிழர்கள் நிச்சயமாக பெருமையடைவார்கள். கனடாவில் எமது சமூகத்தின் வளர்ச்சியின் அடுத்த படி இது. தமிழர்களின் பிள்ளைகள் எதிர்நோக்கும் தடைகள் தகரும். அவர்கள் கனடாவின் உயர் தலைமை பொறுப்புகளை நோக்கி முன்னேறுவார்கள். And for the few of you who may not have understood Tamil, I'll translate. Next, I am proud to say that as the very first Member of Parliament in Canada from Tamil heritage, I am proud and humbled to have been able to speak in this respectable House in my mother tongue.
Bravo, bravo.
Many of us Tamils came to Canada fleeing persecution and a civil war. Canada embraced us with open arms, and we have been doing our utmost to contribute to the economic development and cultural fabric of this great country. I know that the diaspora Tamil community in Scarborough Rouge River, the Greater Toronto area, and around the world will be proud to know that we have achieved this very important milestone to hear Tamil being spoken in the Canadian House of Commons. This is the next step in the development of the Tamil community in Canada. The barriers faced by children of Tamils and other immigrants shall be broken down, and they will endeavour to reach higher roles of leadership in Canada. Alors, Monsieur le Président, nous discuterons du budget présenté par le ministre des Finances lundi passé. Ce budget ne répond pas aux attentes des Canadiens et Canadiennes. Il n'apporte aucune solution aux problèmes auxquels mes commettantes de Scarborough Rouge River continuent de faire face. Je sais que les objectifs visés par ce budget ne satisferont pas les besoins de citoyens et citoyennes de ma circonscription. This budget fails to make life more affordable for the many families still struggling to recover from the effects of the recession. Talking with my constituents during the election campaign, they clearly articulated the priorities for Scarborough Rouge River. They want to see more investment in local infrastructure, especially a more affordable and reliable local transit network that would cut the daily commute from over 2 hours each way. The residents want the creation of more jobs locally in the community so that we all don't need to travel to downtown Toronto for work. We all know that it is the small and medium-sized businesses that actually create local jobs and contribute to the community's economic development. My neighbors want to see more investment in education, training, and development of the youth. The youth in the high schools and their parents are concerned about the fact that post-secondary education is beyond their reach because of the skyrocketing tuition fees and the systemic barriers that visible minorities and people from lower income households face with respect to the accessibility of post-secondary education. Some may say that the youth are the leaders of tomorrow, but Mr. Speaker, I say that we, the youth, are the leaders of today. Many of the young families are concerned about the fact that childcare and elder care are neither accessible nor affordable. The seniors are concerned that after paying into the system for so many years, for much of their lives, they are now retiring into poverty. The newer immigrants are concerned about the access to settlement and integration services and the arduous process for having their foreign credentials recognized. This budget does not address the reasonable and affordable proposals that the NDP made. Mr. Speaker, this budget does nothing to strengthen the CPP. It does nothing to provide relief for the family budget. It does nothing for the millions of Canadians without access to a family doctor. It fails to lift every senior out of poverty. Mr. Speaker, it does nothing to reverse the $50 million cuts to immigrant settlement service agencies. It does nothing to create good, reliable jobs in our local communities. And it really doesn't have a strong vision for investment in post-secondary education. Canadians from coast to coast to coast voted for change in this election, and over 4.5 million Canadians voted for New Democrats to make this a truly historic election. I'd like to once again thank the constituents of Scarborough Rouge River for contributing to this history by electing me. They chose many firsts this time, Mr. Speaker. The first New Democrat to represent the constituency, the first woman to represent them, the first person of color, the first youth to advocate for them, and of course, the very first female Tamil Member of Parliament in the world outside of India and Sri Lanka. Mr. Speaker, I thank you and I thank the residents of Scarborough Rouge River again for giving me this privilege to serve them and to be a member in this House.
Hear, hear. Hear, hear.